rocking with
Ghetto Report.
Ghetto Report.
Ghetto Report.
Ghetto Report.
Ghetto Report Podcast.
What about funding for summer program? Did they pause the summer for the kids?
Oh, I don't know, but I know when I was running Boys and Girls Club,
Yeah.
I know Mayor Menino, Mayor Walsh leaned on a lot of the business leaders, and they created a summer jobs pool of money where they all anteed up, and different organizations got a certain amount of money to hire kids for the summer, and
Yeah.
I'm a huge believer in that.
Okay. R.I.P. to Mumbles. They call him Menino Mumbles. Did you have a relationship
Yeah,
with
I had a
Mumbles?
relationship. We had a good relationship.
Yeah. A lot of people in the city loved Menino as the mayor.
Yeah.
Do you what would you take from him being the mayor and maybe
He was
implement
everywhere, and he cared. You know, he'd go to every neighborhood, every event, and he'd talk to people in a genuine, real way,
Yeah.
shake hands, meet people, spend time talking to them. And I think people love that about him. He was accessible.
Yeah. I think people was crying over his death,
Yeah.
you know. So he was a big staple in the community.
Right.
When we was in the community last week, we was in one of these stores. It was Raphael's, the Jamaican restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
The guy had a question, a statement. He's saying basically like when people get elected,
They forget.
Yeah, they forget.
Nah, I
They
wouldn't do
leave.
that.
And I said, no, this is different.
Yeah, I've done this community work my whole life, and I realize it's all about showing up.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to be successful, I have to show up, and I'll continue to show up.
Yeah.
Probably be a little busier, so I won't be able to show up as much, but...
I have a question too about policing in the community, because studies have shown that black and brown people are pulled over and searched more proportionate than white people. And there haven't been transparency with policing and their policies. So what do you think we can do about this and maybe stop this, or maybe if there's some racial discrimination going on, how can we...
Okay. Racial discrimination, whether it's anybody, is, I'm not going to stand for it.
Right.
And, you know, I want to work hand in hand with our police force and our commissioner to make sure they're keeping the streets safe, that they're connecting with community, and that when there are issues that need to be addressed, we will address them.
Right. Is Mayor Wu supported by the police union?
Yeah, they endorsed.
They endorsed her?
Yes.
Okay. What unions have endorsed you?
The Iron Workers, Local 7, the International Longshoremen,
Mm-hmm.
I believe and Labor 22.
Labor
Very
22.
big union.
Okay, yeah. Being in, this city, we have some type of issues that a lot of residents have a problem with. One is Methadone Mile. What's your plans for Methadone Mile?
So mass and cast. So
Yeah.
we're going to push recovery first. And
Right.
there was a concept called the Recover Boston Campus.
Mm-hmm.
That was introduced 3 years ago. We would reintroduce that. We cost roughly $8 to $10 million a year to operate. And one of the ways we get money for it is we know that 50% of the people out there, more, aren't from Boston.
Mm-hmm.
So we need state funding. We need to go to surrounding municipalities. We need to go to other towns and cities. We're all got to ante up and create this campus that will obviously give people a roof over their heads, acute recovery, and also support around mental illness. And that we are going to push that with the Recover Boston campus and make it recovery first. The second thing we're going to do is we're not going to, I think a lot of folks have been left to just live their lives out there.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to do that. We're going to work proactively with the police, not turn a blind eye to people sleeping on stoops, going to the bathroom, shooting up. But with those folks, we're going to emphasize services over sentences.
Yeah.
Try to push them into recovery. In addition, there was a needle buyback program that collected over 770,000 needles. And that got cut. I believe it was state funding. And since then, needles have surged more than 50%, the appearance, on the streets and parks. So we would get private philanthropy, costs about $1.2 million to run that, to reinstitute that program, because it's a quality of life issue for a lot of folks.
Yeah, because you don't want to be walking by stepping on needles, and there's parks close by. Kids can't go in there and play maybe because there might be needles in there. I wouldn't recommend it. Also, they're a big staple in Target, like as far as using the bathroom and wiping the needles on the tissue in there and stuff
Crazy.
like that. I seen a post with blood all on the tissue, and I'm like, this is bad. Like, you can't even send your kid into Target bathroom in South Bay because of all of this. And I seen, I don't know, it seems like they was camping out. They always seem to come back. When they clear it out, they come back.
It's a real human tragedy for those folks, and then it's a quality of life issue for people that live in neighborhoods impacted. So we got to do something about it.
Yeah, and we're not too far from there right now.
No.
So we're right around the corner. So I gotta ask you this, because I'm not anti-white by no means, but I am definitely pro-black.
I'm caught up in this fast life. Every morning night I pray. Gotta make it out some way. Put a smile back on my mama face. Yeah, I'm caught up in this fast life. Every morning night I pray. Gotta make it out some way. Put a smile back on my mama face. Since my bro died, ain't seen a smile on my mama face. Niggas hating, wanna see me in my grave. Hate behind